Greetings, gardeners. You are here because you are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, and the unexplainable. Ooh. My friends, I cannot keep these sounds a secret any longer. So let's lunge into the musical and sometimes social education you so richly deserve. Welcome to the real schoolhouse of rock. The return to the Perfumed Gardens with Mr. Mysterioso himself, Rik Strange. What is soon to be oozing out of your speakers? First is a gift from our Canadian friends up north. Thank you, boys. It's a talented female, and you add a dash of Tim Buckley and a touch of early Joni Mitchell to boot. And you get a woman's driver's license reads Kathy Young, born in Toronto and singing at the age of 3 years old. Wow. And busking in her teens. With all that going on, by 1967, she was signed by Shel Saffron. Okay. Well, he was the manager for the Amboy Dukes, and in 1969, she released her first LP called A Spoonful of Kathy Young. The vibration I'm going to play is called Color That Lightning. A little bit of folk-psych here. And after this musical interlude, you can discuss amongst yourselves. What it is about those Canucks, but they do know their way around a guitar, man. Here we go. This is the cover of A Spoonful of Kathy Young, and the backside of Kathy LP. Anyway, this is on the Mainstream label. Boy, those people really, you know, there just never ends in the amount of artistic endeavors that Mainstream was able to sign in the 60s. I mean, that is the go-to label for yours truly. Anyway, shut up! Oh, like I said earlier, this folk-psych bluesy LP, it pushes all the right buttons for me, baby. You know, I really dig, on this particular song, I really dig the way her voice is pushed through a Leslie speaker, and it gets all floaty and surreal, you know, because if you're not familiar with a Leslie, too much coffee, like I've been up for hours and I've been sucking it down. Woo! Anyway, a Leslie speaker is this big piece of furniture, and the amp was in the bottom, and on top were these three like megaphones, you know, and they were all tied together at the middle, and the push the button and it spun around and it threw the sound all out in different directions. It gave that really mushy sound. It was cool. I like it. Well, not enough of that. See, I gave you some edumacation in the musical direction of instrumentational things. Okay, back to this one. This LP really winds my clock. That's all I gotta say. Dig it. It's well put together. It's a pretty even album. You know, I'd say it's a good one. You know, if you can find it, I mean, I stumbled on it, and I tripped, I should say, on it, and it's a good one. It gets some airtime always at my house. Anyway, good one. All right, what you will witness next is a groundbreaking blenderoni of electronic music and electronic musings. Yeah, from San Francisco in 1968. That year in particular was a time of electronical musical fluctuations. Indeed! Yes, indeed. The artist on his trip to creative endeavors, creativity land I should say, was using the very latest Moog. It was a modular Series 3. Hey, I like tossing out things like that. Yeah, a Model 3, baby. His nom de plume is Doug McKetchin. He got his greasy little fingers on this unassembled sound machine from his roommate, who was going to try and make some dough with it by throwing it in, putting it out for rent and popping it into musical tunes that bands were doing then. You know, it was, like I say, it was a time for, you know, new things popping up all the time. There was a fluctuation in the vibration. Anyway, but Senor Doug had other ideas than to let it go out the door for rent. Let's twiddle some knobs and patch cord ourselves into a stupor with a track called The First Exploration, from his sampling of lost tapes that he found and then turned over to somebody, and now it's on vinyl. So buckle up, Buttercup, and watch a wormhole twist our existential persona inside out! Baby, do the flip-flop bop humanoid boogie with that one. Woo! Let's look at this record. Here it is. It's Doug in a really spaced out cover. I'm digging that. The back side is just as enhancing as the front. And there's also a really cool breakdown. I'm digging it. This record is a comp of stuff that he did between 68 and 72, and this stuff was lost, and then he was going through his trash for a garage sale, I guess, and he goes, "Hey, there's some of my tapes. let's give them to somebody, and they pop them together, and whammo blammo, there you have it. Okay, so let's talk about this. And now these waveforms created by envelope generators and oscillators. Ooh, isn't that Star Trek-y? Yeah, I mean the old one with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy. The first early steps of the above, below, and behind the musical exploits that would split the atmosphere wide open down the road. Dig it? Being Doug, this gentleman here, was an admirer of Walter Carlos, and in '68 Walter Carlos had released Switched on Bach 1, and that record and the influence it did on Doug was not lost on this here listener, I'm telling you. During the next 4 years that he had this machine, he would set the course for future bands like Ashra, check them out, pretty crazy. Klaus Schulze, he's another one. Kraftwerk, obviously. And the other one that comes to mind is, oh yeah, it's especially Tangerine Dream. Now, those Tangerine boys would acquire that same Monster Masher, and they would tear up the world of German artistry noise blenders, baby. I mean, their first album was through the help of Doug giving him the machine. Oh, well, I don't know if he gave it to him, but they got their mitts on it. It's a cool LP of frontier-breaking bebop bloops and whammos for your head. So I suggest this. Turn out the lights, fire up some candles. Ha ha! You thought I was going to say something else. Don the headset and just cruise, baby. That's the best way to listen to this stuff, and it really clicks. I like it. It's a good LP. You know, it's the precursor also of ambient, I would say, a bit. The ambient musical genre that came out, you know, later 70s, early 80s. Anyway, enough of that. I don't see. Oh wait, let's talk about the label. The label is blah blah. I don't know. Anyway, our next participant in today's hootenanny is the little brother of a true string-bending genius, and the guy's name is Peter Kaukinen. His big brother is Jorma. Woohoo! You know, that airplane tuna guy? Duh! And you know his story, so we're not gonna go there. But back to Pete's talented tale. This particular LP came out around, well, it came around in '72, and it's called Black Kangaroo. So, the nickel in the jukebox is gonna play Dynamo Snack Bar. Sounds like a cool place to visit. Well, till we re-materialize on the other side, stay focused and groove on. Well, he ain't no wilting flower. let's look at the record. Here's the cover. And it's a gatefoldus. It's on the Grunt label. Don't worry about it. It makes it in, it makes it in. Okay, there you have it. So, let's talk about this. I'm going to put my brain pattern in some kind of an order here. You know, this disc, the whole disc has got it going on. You know, Peter's even got some of Jorma's, you know, tonal vocalizations, should I say. I mean, he kind of sounds like his brother a little bit. Sorry about that. Pete was also a really big participant in Grace Slick and Paul Kantner's solo projects after, you know, the Airplane was kind of like disintegrating a bit. You know, this is before Grace and Grace and Paul Kantner got lost along the way with "We Built This City." Oh my God. I'm sorry. If you like that song, that's great. I'm not a big Starship fan. Maybe Dragonfly, but everything else after that I got lost. And you know, I'm just a big prop head. I love the Airplane, baby. Let's face it. Oh, I'm the president of a local chapter. Anyway, I'm drifting. It happens, you know. As I was blabbering, Pete also lent a hand to some other particular projects. He was in the, you know, the reformation of the Airplane when people were coming and going, and Papa John Creech was in the band, and he jumped in for a bit, and all this other stuff. And Peter also worked with Hot Tuna. I can't seem to find him on any of the LPs, but I think it had to do with his touring with them. And he also worked with Johnny Winter's projects. Woo, that's cool. I like that one. And look at, he even did a stint with Link Ray. Whoa, dig that, man. That's some good creds, I'd say. Good one here, you know, and it's cheap. And one of the things I plan on doing from time to time is to really offer up some great records at a reasonable price. I mean, under $10 or less than that. That's out there. You just gotta get lucky enough to wind up walking through the door when they put it out. Everything ain't gotta cost a ton of dough. Anyway, woohoo, so crate away if you care. Okay, so wrapping up our excursion on today's episodus is some sweet Dutch psych. Oh man, there's you know, there's really a trippy psych scene that was going over there in Tulipland, and in the early '60s there was a group that was formed called they were called Group 69, and they were formed by some you know, teenage delinquents, and they played dances, and you know, and they were a minor success around town. You know, how could you not be? I mean, everybody was getting into bands after the Beatles showed up, and it was game on, baby. You know, then unfortunately some parents stepped in and, you know, made a few personnel changes, I should say. You know that story. I mean, our Hans needs to practice skating, not be in some band. Ooh, bummer. Well, anyway, by '66, the ranks had been replenished and a name change had been to Mother's Love had occurred. That was not bad. They released a 45 popish number called Highway to Heaven, as opposed to Highway to Hell, and an LP came out in '67 by Mother's Love. But it was pretty humdrummy, and hey, we ain't there yet. More personnel changes, and another name change to The Dream, and ipso facto snapso, in 1968, that's what happened. I don't know, I'm getting a little tangled up in the blues. Hey, That, folks, is the ticket for our destination to psych success. I'm going to treat your lobes to a tune from this particular LP called Rebellion. And this choice tuner we're going to play is called What Else? Rebellion. Can I ask you one more question? Why not? So put on your dancing clogs and let's give these tulip benders a chance. One rockin' hobnobber, I'd say. Here's the record. It is a gatefold. And, of course, all this stuff in here is too hard to read without a magnifying glass. There's the back. The label is Flinga Buga. It's a pseudonym. Okay, why not? I think that works for me. Anyway, it's not colored vinyl or anything. It's just plain old black and white, baby. Good stuff. This is a comp record of their 45s and demos, and there's even on the first side there's even some cuts from their previous life as Mother's Love. So this is nice. This is a nice little package that was put together. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will, but doesn't the singer on that song sound a bit like Sean Bonnewell from The Music Machine? Methinks so. Well, me stinks so. Anyway, be that as it may, these cats are working it pretty hard. I say a keeper here. It needs to be played loud, and while you're at it, play the stront out of it. Ha! Google that word, will you please? Nice thing here. It sort of keeps on banging it out. There's the keyboard in the back. The organ player is sort of banging it away a lot. It floats around a bit. There's some ballads and blah 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 blah. And but anyway, oh wait, we'll be right back. Hang on. We'll be right back. Boink. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a verklempt going on. I had to straighten it out. You know, wow, in the background. Hey, anyway, good record. I'd say it's a nice package put together, and you know, psych was everywhere. I don't think there was any particular place that it wasn't. And that, well, that closes us on another adventurous trip through the gardens.
Hey, what's the bumperous musicus?
What's the bumperous musicus, you say?
Yeah, I do say. What is it?
Well, let me tell ya. It's ta-da-da! Hell, you know, your ears have been blessed with and serenaded by this way out soundtrack to the 1966 celluloidous hero, Wild Angels. Ooh! There's the backside of it. Not only does it star Nancy Sinatra, yeah. Oh man, I saw her twice in the early mid 90s in San Francisco. She still had it going on. Anyway, I digress about Nancy Sinatra, you know. Anyway, the music is on here that's pretty whack, but I was going to say Nancy Sinatra's in it, Peter Fonda is in it, Michael Pollard, before, I should say, Bonnie and Clyde, where he really got his kicks going. Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd. Wow, what a combo. And get this one from Venice, California. This one is a dangerous LP, kids, because from Venice is a plethora, I should say, of real Hell's Angels. Woo! Oh wow, I'm off and running. Oh, but lastly, before we split, I would be amiss, and I'm really a mister, but I would be amiss if I didn't say something that happened to me last week. And it involved me and Miss Nancy, and we celebrated our 24th year. Woo! Not since we've been together, because that even goes back millennials, but the 24th year since our commitment ceremony, which, dig this, it took place on Mount Tamalpais in Marin County, on a hill overlooking San Francisco. And accompanying us on our journey was a tabla player and a sitar player. And with family and friends and flowers, a very groovy time was held by all. I mean, you couldn't get more trippier than that, folks. So, thanks to the new subs. Hey, there's a few that jumped off the bus, but then there's a few more extras that jumped on the bus. Hey, you never know, someday I might even get 240. Woohoo! Wow, that might happen. So, love you for showing up. Stay the course of peace, love, tolerance, and lots of flowers. Till the twain shall meet, remember, we are all one. Peace to you.